Hi everybody, it's Heavy Dobby, and it's Thursday, January 19th, and I wanted to do a vlog and challenge other hCG'ers to do the same, for all of us to share our little bits of wisdom in our experience on hCG that make our life just a little bit easier in this protocol. Sometimes this protocol can seem so easy, and other times it seems to be just a little bit of a hassle because we have to prepare food differently for ourselves and for our family. So here's the vlog, tips and tricks of an hCG'er. So I wanted to share some of the things that I kind of jotted down today as I was going through my day, and hopefully those of you who are also vlogging can add to the list. So here's an example. When I learned about the hCG P2 chili, I went in my kitchen and I got out my spices and I found just the right combination of spices that I liked. And I kept record so that I could multiply the spices, and I made like 2 cups worth of this spice. And so now when I go in to make my chili, I have my own chili seasoning mix, and I know to put 2 tablespoons worth of this mix in my tomatoes that are in water, and I have the same flavor each and every time. Another thing that I do that, you know, it's one of those things that you discover one day and then you go, why didn't I think of that? But when I go to buy my Honeycrisp apples, bring them home in a bag, and I've got like 6 or 8, I pull out my scale and I weigh each and every one. One of the things I keep in my kitchen right by where my scale is a Sharpie. And you know those little tags that are on the apples? I write the weight in grams on that tab. So like this morning, I grabbed my apple out and I had already weighed it, and it was written on the sticker and it said 213. So I know that throw it in my lunch, and when I got to work and I was journaling my food, I had 213 grams of apple, and it's just efficient to be able just to weigh them all at once, write what they are, and move on. Another thing I do is when I'm eating celery as my vegetable choice, like for lunch today, I will take them all out and get the ribs all ready, and then cut them into bite-sized pieces, ready to go into a Ziploc bag, and then I weigh that too, and then I just write the weight on the Ziploc bag. But the point is, the bite-sized pieces, they're already, you know, because I work with people around me, so it's real easy to pop one of those pieces of celery in your mouth, and then you don't have the rip, you know, kind of noise going on at your desk. Also, I have a vlog on how to make a water bottle counter so you can keep track of how many bottles of water you've had for the day. And at the end of this vlog, I'll put right over here somewhere the link so that you can go and watch that if you're interested in making a very, very easy counter, but it's really cool. Also, where did I get these? This is Sweet Leaf Stevia. This is Lemon Drop, and I used up one of these, and I carry this around in my purse or my little wallet thing, so I always have stevia with me. And this will hold, it surprisingly lasts me quite a while, but I always am prepared with stevia in my purse. Oh, and the Sweet Leaf, you can get these little things, they come in a little box of 4-pack. I got mine at luckyvitamin.com, and they're kind of neat for gifts too, for your hCG friends. Oh, and then normally what I do is we always eat chicken, my whole family, and being prepared means I've got chicken ready to go, cooked when I walk in the door, because one of my goals is to eat before I stop eating by 5:30 or 6, between 5:30 and 6. So what I'll do is I'll go buy a 4-pound package of raw, boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And I cut off all the fat, and then I take the breast and I cut it on a diagonal, and I cut in slices, about the width of my finger, so they make little tenders. I put them on a foil-lined cookie sheet and cook all my chicken at once in an oven, a hot oven of 475 for 22 minutes. I take those out, and they're moist and tender, and they're cooked all the way through. And I put those in a big Ziploc bag, and I always have cooked chicken ready to go in case I'm ravenous or, whatever. And then because it's already cooked, you don't eat 100 grams, you eat 85 grams because 100 grams of raw chicken becomes 85 when it's cooked. I also have a vlog that I did on eating grapefruits. In fact, I'm sitting here eating a grapefruit right now. A lot of people don't eat them. They're delicious if you segment them and then set the segments out overnight. The outside membrane gets dry, and so it just peels right off. It's crunchy, actually, and it's so easy to eat, and it's so sweet that way. So if you haven't tried grapefruit in a while because it seems so bitter, try it this way once. Just try it once. Another thing is I always have on my back right stove burner is my spaghetti cooker. Looks like a double boiler, but the inside one has the colander holes. And I always have water in there and a little bit of salt. Walk in my kitchen, turn it on, prep my vegetable, throw it in. I'll even take my cold chicken and cut it into bite-sized pieces. And right at the end, I throw it in the steamer instead of the microwave. Health reasons, and also it keeps it moist. If you use a George Foreman and you are doing individual, like I use it for fish, something I've done from day one of me owning a George Foreman is I line the George Foreman. I take a big piece of foil or parchment paper and fold it in half, and then put that in the George Foreman and put your protein in between, and that way you don't have to wash your George Foreman every single time, which is very frustrating. And last but not least is this. This is a baby food juice bottle, and they're very secure because they intended to have liquid in them anyway. But I carry around, you can just barely see it in there, vinegar, a little bit of vinegar, and I've got it already pre-sweetened with stevia, because I love that sweet tart pickled flavor for my vegetables. And so if I'm going to have a cucumber at work, I can cut it up and pour this on, or if I get caught and I have to go to the restaurant and I need something for my lettuce, I've got sweet tart vinegar raring to go. So those are my tips and tricks on the HcG protocol, and I'm really hoping that you can add to the list. All right, take care. Bye. Oh, and here's a couple of links. Bye.